Alright, what's up, gang? Today we're going to be talking about Super Mario Galaxy. I know, outdated as fuck, but I still wanted to make this video because I thought it would be really fun to make a sort of different kind of video where I'm reviewing games. And I want to do this, so in my videos I have, background footage of games I play, and once I finish them, I want to try to make a video where I, give my feedback and give, a retro perspective on the game. So today we're going to be doing that with Super Mario Galaxy since I recently beat that in my Leafy video, and I want to start by talking about the plot.
Super Mario in real life.
Now, the plot of Super Mario Galaxy is obviously, if you know the game, it's the most advanced plot of, basically any Mario game. To dumb it down to, the best way I can, basically, there's this thing called the Star Festival, which only happens every 100 years, and Peach invites Mario to go watch the stars with her, but then Bowser, literally on his, UFO, sucks up Peach's castle into space, and then Rosalina has to take her Lumas and, shoot Bowser into space so that way Mario can be saved, and then Rosalina has to have her ship powered so that way, they can go back and they can try to get everybody back, and so Mario has to do all these stars to try to get Rosalina's Comet Observatory back to full power so that way they can fly to the center of the universe and make, a giant supernova. I know, very advanced, a lot more than any other Mario game, but that's one of the reasons people like it so much. A lot of Mario games have a very, very similar plot. It's basically all the most, cookie cutter, especially with, the new Super Mario Bros. Games, and that's, I think, one of the reasons I really don't like those, and I don't even think they're that fun, but that's what makes this game stand out to people, because it was really the first Mario game to do this. Even all the other 3D Mario games, for the most part, except for Sunshine, basically every Mario game before this had that exact same plot, and so this game just kind of showed what could be possible with the Mario game's plot, and why, just this simple concept of Mario getting these stars to save Peach can be advanced so much more than that.
Super Mario in real life.
Now, the movement in Super Mario Galaxy admittedly is not my favorite. I'm being completely honest here. I think Mario moves a little bit too slow, and I think that his abilities, or, his moves, or whatever you could call them, are not as cool or as interesting or as fun as they were in Sunshine. I talked a lot about how I loved Sunshine, and I think it's the best 3D Mario game made, and one of my favorite things about that game is its movement. And this isn't even a controversial take. A lot of people think that Sunshine's movement is the best, maybe even better than Odyssey's, and I agree. And I think that Galaxy's movement is a little bit lackluster. Yes, the spin move is iconic, and I'm not saying it's not, but it's really the only move he has in this game. Of course, he's got the standard stuff like the long jump, and I think he has the backflip, but it seems like they could have just been more creative with the movements that Mario has in this, and it could have made these levels that are, some of the most well-made levels in all of Mario feel just that much better because you're moving around them like you're basically parkouring on them.
Super Mario in real life.
Now, the structure of Galaxy is basically the same as, all the other Mario games, but it has the, Galaxy twist to it, and that's just kind of it, painting over all the things. And this isn't a bad thing, and I really like the structure of Galaxy. It's just me being honest. The bedrooms, which are little plot points on the Comet Observatory, basically serve as different episodes or different levels that there would be in either 64 or in Sunshine. Except in this situation, it's just a little bit more unique because the different areas, the different planets that you can go to via these different, basically hubs in the Comet Observatory are just a lot more unique compared to, Sunshine or anything like that. So it's not a bad thing. It's just the structure of it is pretty simple. Basically, these planets, there's probably 5 or 6 of them, and you have to go through them to get a certain amount of stars so that way you can unlock the Bowser level of that, and then once you beat the Bowser level, you can go on to the next section where you basically just do that about 5 times until you end up beating the game. Again, this isn't a bad thing. It's just that's the structure of the game, and I do think it could have been a little bit better. And I don't mean the structure of it, but I do mean the maps. Now, the maps in Galaxy are great, and they're very memorable. I think the reason I don't like it as much is more of Galaxy's tone. I talked a lot, again, in my Sunshine video about how I liked Sunshine's tone because it always had this, positive, bright, tropical theme to it. And Galaxy is a lot more, melancholy is the best way I could describe it. Even on the box, it's, dark and mysterious, and this is just kind of the vibe that Galaxy goes for, and it's not a bad thing, but I just don't like it as much as I do a tropical or bright theme. Now, Mario does this a lot, and I'm not saying I wanted this to be like every other Mario game, and I don't think it is like every other Mario game, but I do think that the melancholiness of it just kind of makes it, almost sad and mysterious, and I would have liked it if there was more galaxies, such as, Honey Hive Galaxy, or as, Gusty Garden Galaxy. I liked those. And the galaxies in the game, and the planets in this game are completely different themed, and in my opinion, this is not my favorite structure, because it just kind of feels like you're going to an assortment of places to, get this same goal. But in a game like Sunshine, Sunshine, it felt like you were on this island, going to different areas of this island to get to that goal. And that was just a lot more immersive, and it felt like more cohesive to the goal that you were having, as opposed to Galaxy, where it'll throw you in completely random stages that have nothing to do with each other. These are still very fun stages, and no doubt way better designed than any other 3D Mario game, especially before its time, and even for some after its time. But I would have liked it personally more if the stages had a little bit more of a theme to them, with some offshoots, you know, some special ones here and there. I particularly don't like the Halloween spooky stages. I like all the planets in Super Mario Galaxy except for these. I just think these stages are like kind of annoying. I don't personally like to play them that much. They were my least favorite whenever I played through the game, and they just kind of made me mad. Some of them were a little bit frustrating. I just like the other stages way more. If I could change it any other way, I would just change those stages out for something else. Those are the only stages I didn't like. Now, I've critiqued Galaxy a lot in this video, and I know some people are probably going to be mad at me for that, but now I want to talk about what Galaxy does right, because while I have critiqued it a lot, it is still a very, very good game, and I really like it, and I do get what people were saying whenever people say this is like the best game ever. So now I want to talk about what it does right, and a lot of my points you may have heard before, but that's just because I believe all of them, and I do think that they are the best of the game. Starting off with Galaxy's tone, it is a little bit melancholy, but that does result in the game feeling just so like grand. Everything you do, it feels like you're doing something. You're powering the Comet Observatory, you're getting back to Bowser. It just feels way more important than it did in any other Mario game, and that makes you feel more like satisfied and happier, and like, yeah, we did it. Like, once you beat the game, it feels like an accomplishment, more so than any other game in the series. The next thing that Galaxy gets right is undoubtedly its music. I probably put Galaxy music in this video, like, not even because it's a Galaxy video, just because they're such good songs. Galaxy's soundtrack is absolutely amazing, and it is so cool that Nintendo cares so much about a soundtrack that they'll record all these different songs for just little changes in the gameplay, and every single area in Galaxy has music, and it's all so good, and it makes everything just feel more ambient and a little bit more immersive. And so Galaxy's music is so good. Now, I talked about the plot already, but I'm just saying really quick again that the plot is definitely the best Mario's plot has ever been, hands down. It has not gotten better than this. And the last thing I think I really loved about Galaxy is, even though I did play it on the 3D All-Stars version, I do have the version on the Wii. The fact that they were able to make that game on Wii is, I think, the biggest accomplishment and the best thing the Wii ever did. People love Donkey Kong Country Returns, and they say it's one of the best games on the Wii. That game fucking sucks. I hate that game. I think it was lazy, and I don't think it was very fun. I think it was extremely boring, but Galaxy and Galaxy 2 just show what is possible on the Wii, and the motion controls on the Wii work so perfectly. They make so much sense, and it shows that Nintendo did everything they possibly could with the limit that the power of the Wii had, and they made an absolutely fantastic game, and that still holds up today. I have talked semi-negatively about Galaxy, but I do not hate the game. I don't think the game is bad. I think it is an incredibly good game, and I think it holds up today, especially in our kind of era of live service and all this bullshit in new games. I think this game is absolutely amazing, and if you have the chance to play it, you should. So I would give Galaxy a 9 out of 10. And the biggest thing that stopped it from being a 10 was that a lot of the levels in the game, like I said, are just kind of disconnected, and I would have liked there to be a little bit more theme. I'm not saying I wanted there to be like a sand world and a grass world and an ocean world. That's lame as shit, and that would have ruined the game. But just a little bit more of a theme, or make the levels bigger and less levels or something like that. That's just the one thing about the game I think I would have changed. I don't know if I could do it better, but I do think there's a better way to do it. So that's why I give it a 9 out of 10. And if you did like this video, then you should go check out my video that I uploaded on Super Mario Sunshine, where I talked about why I think that that game is the best 3D Mario has ever been. But whether you go watch that video or not, I appreciate you for watching this video all the way through, so thank you.